Fulong simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, Pinyin Fulong, Wade Giles Fulong was a torpedo boat built for the Imperial Chinese Navy, assigned to the Beiyang Fleet. She was built by Shisho in Elbing, Germany. Initially ordered by the Fujian Fleet, the ship was launched in 1886 and was China's largest torpedo boat at that point. The vessel saw service during the First Sino-Japanese War in the Battle of the Yalu River, and later at the Battle of Waiheiwei, where she was captured by the Japanese. The torpedo boat was taken into service by the Imperial Japanese Navy as Fukui Japanese rating of and remained active until sold for scrap in 1908. Design. The Imperial Chinese Navy invested heavily in torpedo boats towards the end of the 19th century, with some 43 listed at the time of the First Sino-Japanese War. These have subsequently been organized into alphabetical classes, with Fulong being the sole boat of the Type H class, and the largest boat ordered so far. She was built by Shisho at their shipyard in Elbing, Germany. Fulong measured 144.3 feet 44.0 in long overall, with a beam of 16.5 feet 5.0 m and an average draft of 5 feet 1.5 m, which increased to 7.2 feet 2.2 m at full load. The hull was constructed out of steel, with the ship equipped with a single funnel and 2 conning towers. Her main armament was 3 14-inch 360 mm torpedo tubes. 2 of them were located in torpedo rooms on both sides of the bows. The third one was on the truck, which was located on the stern. There were Schwarzkopf torpedoes in store. Sources conflict as to whether a third tube was present, but reports of 3 torpedoes being fired in rapid succession at the Battle of Waiheiwei indicates that a third tube was present. There was a secondary armament of 2 37 mm 1.5 in guns. Fulong had a complement of 20 officers and men. She had a coal-fired reciprocating engine, with a single boiler and shaft. This produced 1,597 indicated horsepower, 1,191 kilowatts, which enabled the vessel to reach a speed of 24.2 knots, 44.8 kilometers per hour, 27.8 miles per hour. Service history. Chinese service. She left for China in June 1886, sailing from Germany to Fuzhou, China, under her own power, and was assigned to the Beiyang Fleet. Fulong was involved in 2 battles of the First Sino-Japanese War. At the Battle of the Yalu River on September 17, 1894, Fulong arrived as part of a relief force for the Chinese forces, alongside the gunboats Pingyuan and Guangbing, and fellow torpedo boat Zhuo-1. They approached to the north of the engaged Chinese and Japanese fleets, preventing a flying wing of Japanese ships from encircling the opposition fleet. The group remained together, with the Japanese forces attempting to avoid them, instead targeting the ships of the main force. The group engaged the rear of the Japanese fleet, with Fulong firing 3 torpedoes at the converted merchantman Saikiyomaru, including one which passed under the ship. Saikiyomaru was carrying the admiral of the Japanese fleet, Kobayama Sukanori. After several hours of battle, with dusk approaching, the Japanese fleet turned their main attention to Pingyuan and her escorts, but as darkness fell, the Japanese withdrew due to the risk of torpedo attack from Fulong and Zhuo-1 with no torpedo boats of their own able to act in defense. The combined Chinese fleet sailed into Port Arthur to assess the damage inflicted. At the start of the following year, Fulong, under the command of Captain Tsait Kan, was among several ships at Weihai in the Battle of Waiheiwei. The Chinese fleet was blockaded in the harbor by the Japanese combined fleet, with nighttime raids by Japanese torpedo boats sinking and damaging Chinese vessels. No retaliatory attacks were ordered using the several Chinese torpedo boats in the harbor, and their first involvement in the battle was when they attempted to flee en masse through the Japanese blockade on February 7. Several were sunk or captured, with a total of 13 torpedo boats lost by China in the single engagement. Fulong is thought to have been one of 2 boats which were pursued by the Japanese cruisers Yoshino and Takachiko. It managed to beach itself at Chifu Naoyantai, with the crew abandoning ship. Fulong was captured and towed to the Japanese fleet by one of their torpedo boats during the following day. It remains in doubt whether the Chinese torpedo boats were ordered to flee by Admiral Ding Ruking, the commanding officer of the ships at Waiheiwei. A memorial following the battle stated that those on the torpedo boats had run away from battle, and if any members of their crews were found, they should be summarily decapitated. However, this command must not have been fully carried out, since Captain Tien Kan was promoted several years later to Vice Admiral. Japanese service. Fulong was renamed Fukui in Japanese service, and was one of several vessels captured during the First Sino-Japanese War inducted into the Imperial Japanese Navy. Prior to the Russo-Japanese War, she was included in the 5th Torpedo Boat Division alongside 3 numbered boats. She was stricken from the Navy list in 1908, and subsequently broken up.